This afternoon, we've watched those clouds clear for Fargo and other places where we were stuck with some fog. Now it's looking a lot better for us here in the Fargo-Moorhead area and many other locations. Nice and sunny and bright and warming things up too after what's been a little bit of a cool start with the clouds overhead. I mentioned this earlier, we do have the impacts of those clouds in some places, basically along Highway 10 here, Detroit Lakes, Wadena at 64 degrees. It's 68 in Fargo. We'll see those numbers quickly move up now that we've got that sunshine, and we're seeing 70s up in the north and west where we've had that sun throughout much of the morning. Wind is out of the south. Most places it's pretty light, but we are seeing it pick up in some areas. In Grand Forks, a gust to 23 and a 20-mile-per-hour gust currently in Hallock. So here's a look at your radar and satellite map. You could see those clouds still kind of stubborn over parts of Lakes Country, though we have cleared out in Fargo. And then there are some daytime driven clouds that have popped up in the northern valley, still getting some sunshine and blue sky in between. So looking at a pretty nice day. Of course, we do want to get some of those clouds cleared out up to the south and east so you can see those temperatures rise and warm up a little bit more. Looking out to the west, there's some cloud cover, some rain showers there, and we'll eventually see our chances for rain and thunder increase as we progress through the next 24 hours or so. So here's a look at what we've got going on and your hour-by-hour planner. We're looking at some temperatures rising into the 70s and eventually into some low 80s in the next several hours. So southeastern North Dakota right up along the Red River, temperatures into the low 80s here. Elsewhere over to the east, more into those 70s, and out west too, we could see a couple of 80s to some upper 70s with the wind very light tonight, and into the evening hours we'll eventually see some of those wind speeds kick up. Now this is 10 o'clock, still looking pretty quiet for us here in the valley. Checking out your forecast overnight and into early tomorrow, you can see some of those showers and thunder showers just outside of our viewing area. Can't rule out one or two of those making their way into that Highway 281 corridor, Jamestown, maybe the Carrington area, but for the most part this should steer clear of us for one more day. As we progress into the morning hours, though, you can see temperatures pretty mild, some 50s to some low 60s, and we've got this southeasterly wind kicking in. We'll be getting those gusts into the teens and 20s during the morning hours and into the afternoon, and that will help to usher in warmer temperatures, warmer air, and some numbers that end up in the low to mid 80s for your highs, and that will help to fuel with the moisture it's bringing in with it a chance for a shower or thunder shower. This is 6 o'clock, and you can see they're pretty isolated to scattered at that point in time, but we can't rule out some rain and thunder in those eastern parts of North Dakota and into the overnight hours tomorrow night and Thursday. So some active weather setting up for us for the second half of the week. Warm too. It's going to feel like we're in summertime here in the forecast. We're looking at mid to upper 80s, maybe even a 90 on Thursday for some of us in the south. And then for the holiday weekend, we may just reach 90 in Fargo with some storm chances again on Sunday. And for Memorial Day, it looks quite nice. Temperatures into the 80s, maybe a little warm for some, but we'll be on the dry side, at least it looks like right now, for any Memorial Day ceremonies and services. So not bad. Definitely feeling like we're kicking off summer though with this week's forecast.
Definitely a good time to go to the cabin and get out of town if you can.
There you go, and take a dip in that. Those lakes are still cold right now, but it might feel pretty good on that 90-degree Saturday.
All right, thank you very much, Lisa.